What it do, what it is, y'all? It's your girl, Black Pop. And today we're going to be doing something special. Today we're going to be doing a nail vlog. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at It's Black Pop. So to talk to me, my back page. And also my nail page, Black Pop Nails. Let's get into it. Disclaimer. Every nail tech is not the same. In my own Marita voice, I feel like we all have different techniques, and with this being my first nail vlog and being new to the game, I am a little nervous. It is gonna get a little messy, and especially with the fact that I'm doing my own nails. Yeah, and of course, as I keep doing this consistently, I'll get my confidence up and hopefully get some clients and stuff like that. So please bear with me, guys. So the first step I'm doing is pushing my cuticle back. I feel like this is a very important step because I've seen the difference between me not pushing my cuticle back and when I do. I feel like the acrylic adheres to those gaps at your cuticles a little bit better, so it doesn't look like it's like missing space and stuff like that. I hate that. So that's what we're doing right now, pushing our cuticles back. Step 1. Step 2, now we're gonna shave off some of the nails that we had from our last set. My last set was a black and blue crocodile French tip. It was looking real cute. So this set we're going to be doing encapsulated Louis V into the base with purple French tips and gem French tips. It really took me like 2 days to finally decide what style I was going with, because sometimes I don't be wanting to be too basic, but at the same time I'm like, look girl, you just hopped off the porch. You not a big dog yet. You ain't big dog. You want to bamba. You want to roll with the big boys? I can't roll with the big boys yet. So one step and one set at a time. So this step is pretty easy. We're just shaving down some of the old nails. I have my shaving bed down pretty low because I just took off a set like 3 days ago. That set that I just showed you. So I try not to shave too hard because sometimes my nails get really sensitive. So yeah, just shaving it down, shave it down. I don't really have a specific way of just shaving it down. Just like to make sure I hit the corners too. And yeah. Step number 3, we're going to be gluing on our tips. So this set I wanted to do a short set because I wanted to do my hair next week for Fabian Foreign concert. Make sure you look out on YouTube for my public interview coming out on these Silver Spring streets. Silver Spring is not DC. Yeah, DC is not Silver Spring, baby. So here I am just gluing these on, and when I glue my tips on, I like to hold it on for like 10 seconds depending on what type of glue you have. Sometimes it takes a little longer for some glue, sometimes it's really quick. And then after you glue your nails on, you cut it to the desired length. When you're doing short, make sure I feel like it's good to cut it a little bit longer than what you really think how short you want it to be. Because sometimes if you cut it too short and then you start, buffing and filing, you realize you cut it too short. So if you're going to do short nails, make sure you go a little bit longer than you usually do. And the next step is to prep our nails. The brand that I'm using is Mia's Secret. So right now I'm just prepping my nails with the Mia's Secret nail prep. And the next step is putting the acrylic on the nail. So here I'm going to dip my brush into the monomer, and then I'm going to wipe off one side of the brush. And the side that I didn't wipe off is the side that I used to apply on the nail. So here I like to do the 3-pat concept. That's the best concept that worked for me. And then I gently wipe off the other side that has a little bit behind it, and then I go ahead and place the acrylic on my nail and I pat it, not spread, gently, softly pat it into the nail, because I feel like you have to really have a light hand to do this tedious task. And here I am using the side of my brush to even it in, to pat it into my nail, because I see that I may have took a bigger bead than I anticipated. So here you see me patting it in on the side. So it's more so about patting and moving, not painting or wiping, patting it in, because you want the acrylic to stick on. We don't want to wipe it like it's thin, liquid. This is something that needs to harden. So we're going to pat it so it can harden and have that form. So you may not be able to see what I'm doing exactly here, but pretty much the same concept. I feel like this is the most challenging part of doing nails, is how to find that perfect technique to apply the acrylic, because everyone has different methods. And I feel like the 3-pat method to pick up the bead was the easiest for me, so I do it all the time. And depending on how much monomer you have inside of your brush will depend on like how wet or dry your bead is gonna be. So a way to have smaller beads would be less of the monomer liquid. If you want bigger beads, you want more of the liquid inside of the nail. And to have the bigger beads, you might want to, I would say, pat maybe more times or deeper. But I'm new, so we're getting there. So I feel like the best technique for me would be the 3-pat method. And once again, I'm using Mia's Secret. I have Mia's Secret everything. Mia's Secret monomer, Mia's Secret acrylic. And I do hear that different brands will adhere to your nail differently. And I do recommend using the same brand for everything, because if you don't, some of the acrylic, Mia's acrylic powder versus Young Nails acrylic powder may adhere, at different speeds. Like Mia may be a little slower, and then Young Nails may be a little bit faster. So I would say stick to one brand. Don't be afraid to try, but when you do try a different brand, make sure you have the same monomer and the same acrylic. So here I am just patting on this acrylic once again. It looks like it was a little bit big again, so I'm just gonna pat it with the side of my brush. We're gonna pat and move, not wipe like it's paint, like it's liquid. Always remember that this is something that you want to build on your nails. So yeah, it's looking a little sloppy, but it's my first time recording myself doing this, so I am a little insecure, but one set at a time. And once again, always think lightweight when you're applying the acrylic. Like, you want to have a light hand, so pat and move, and think of your hand as a feather. Pat it, apply it lightly, because if you try to paint it with painting it, it's not going to harden and adhere. It's going to you're gonna have prints in your hands, it won't stick on. So have a light hand. We're gonna dip into the monomer, wipe off one side, and the side that you didn't wipe off is the side that you apply your acrylic with. And then sometimes when I get a bead too big, I like to do it the other way, because that's my pinky. So I kind of went ahead and decided to do it that way because my pinky's small and I got a big bead. And here I am, kind of messing up, but that's okay. Anxiety. It's but nah. Yeah, I'm using the Pink Natural acrylic color. I find that different acrylics from the same brand, they do apply differently. Like the last set I did, the Black and Blue Crocodile set, I used their nude acrylic, and that one dries very fast. And then I feel like the Pink Natural is it actually, when I worked with it, it wasn't too bad, but looking at it on camera, it looks like it's slipping all over the place. But no, I feel like it was a really good speed. And then the clear may be a little bit faster. I would say the Pink Natural is the best one for me. It was easy to work with. And then the clear will be second for me. And then the nude is the one that really dries up really quick. So here I am. And after the acrylic hardens, we're going to shave it down a bit. And you know how I told you it took me 2 days to really figure out like what type of style I wanted? I knew I was going to do the Louis V prints, but I didn't know I needed a specific gel to apply the prints on the nails. So I ended up encapsulating the whole print into my nail. And since it's an encapsulation, if I knew certain things ahead of time, what I would have done was I would have applied a very thin layer of acrylic and then cut the Louis V stamps into the perfect size and then place it on top of the acrylic and then put another layer of acrylic on top of it to encapsulate it into my nail. But either way, this step I'm doing anyway would have still been wrong because I need the gel for my nails. So that was my second option. So right now I'm just shaving down my nails, making sure they're not really thick. But since I encapsulated the Louis into my nails, they're going to come out thick anyway. But you learn better from the mistakes you made. So next we are going to shape and buff. So we're doing square nails. What I like to do is shape it downward. You know, just look at your nail and shape it. You know you want it square. So shape it into a square. And you really don't have to go too hard. I used to think that you got to keep shaping it but like too much. But it's only like a few like swipes that you have to do. Sometimes you could go down. Like you just got to really pay attention to the way your nail looks. You see, I forgot to compare them in the beginning, so now you can see the difference. So now I gotta shape it down a little harder so it can match. So yeah, with shaping, you just gotta really like do it. Like when you see the difference, continue to follow it. And you really don't have to do as much as you think. Just make sure that, you know, it looks square. So for me, I be moving a lot and changing. So I like to start off like pointing my nail towards me and swiping it downward, and then like I have to do it that way because that's my right hand. Like on the inner side of my finger I point towards me, on the outer I gotta do it like pointing opposite of me, and then I'll sometimes swipe like that just until I see the perfect shape. You really don't have to do too much. Just, you know, file it until you see the shape coming in. You know what a square looks like. And I feel like sometimes when we're doing something for the first time, we think that we have to do more than what we actually have to do, but we don't. So yeah. And unfortunately, I forgot to record myself buffing my nails. So that was supposed to be the step before filing. You know, those big sponges, those rough sponges that you use for the nail. Yeah, so I ended up buffing, but I forgot to record that, unfortunately. So before you file, always buff. And also, I like to use the nail file sometimes on top of my nails as well. I was really going in. But yeah, I like to use the nail file on top of my nails sometimes because I feel like with the acrylic, sometimes it may not be the shape, like the shape may not be perfect the way you apply it. So sometimes I'll use the nail filer to like bring it down to level it. And yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for part 2. I'll be posting that tonight as well. And make sure you follow my new pages for my nail page. My YouTube nail page is going to be called Blacpop Nails, and my Instagram nail page is going to be called Blacpop Nails. Make sure you follow me on It's Blacpop Nails. And I'm going to finish this off with me filing my nails.